Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Roliver Queen. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump right in. So let's talk about Deathstroke Inc. This is one of the newer series that came out last year, and it is ending next month. And I'm sure this is a surprise to a lot of you because a lot of you guys probably stopped reading the book after Shadow War. And we're going to talk about how all of that came to be. Now, when this book was announced, you could easily assume that, hey, this is going to be another ongoing series. It looked like it was going to be picking up from Christopher Pace's run, and we're going to see Slade struggle with, hey, is he going to be a hero or is he going to be a villain? We had this whole organization called Trust that came in, recruited him and Black Canary, and they were doing various missions throughout the DCU. Now, Trust ended up becoming, a big scam, and Deathstroke somehow became the king of villains, and everything that happened with Shadow War happened, and then that led into Dark Crisis. And even on the way to Dark Crisis, I started to get a feeling that, hey, maybe this book doesn't have a long shelf life. But, what am I talking about? This is a fairly, or at the time, a fairly recent ongoing series. So, of course they do, but I started noticing things with the art. I think after the third or fourth issue, the art started to take a dip. We went from Howard Porter, which was a choice, a very bizarre choice for a Destro book, to the lesser tier artist. Just I'm gonna call a spade. And then you had the way the story was just moving because Williamson at the time was also like talking a lot about Shadow War and Dark Crisis, and if you paid attention to the interviews, it really didn't seem like, hey, he has a long-term plan for this character. It just seems like, hey, I know where I want Slade to end up, and after that, it's kind of whatever. And lo and behold, after we end with Shadow War, we tie into Dark Crisis, and we get a year one story, and the book gets shifted off to Ed Brisson, Dexter Soy, and Veronica Gandini. Now, I can totally understand why readers kind of hopped off at that point because I'm pretty sure we've gotten a year one story before, but as somebody who has not read a year one story, I enjoyed it. Is it rehashed? Sure, but is am I getting some history lessons from Slade I haven't had before? Yeah, so it's not bad, and the art is fucking beautiful. Though Dexter Soy and Veronica Gandini are a match made in heaven. I love it when those two get together. Um, but yeah, I understand why readers like dipped out, and despite me enjoying the year one story, I also feel for the creative team right now because essentially this is a waste of resources. It's a waste of resources because what DC really should have done from the jump was just, hey, if Williamson had a plan for 12 issues, let him get the plan out. At least at the end of it, Slade is positioned for Dark Crisis and the series could end. And it wouldn't be the first time that DC has pumped out, random mini or maxi that may or may not have any consequence to the greater universe. And, the book would have still sold, pretty decently well. But, what I think happened is that I think Williamson jumping on the book, it helped the book sell, pretty decently. And maybe DC thought, hey, let's just keep it going. And I don't know if the plan before it got canceled was to keep this year one story going and then we would pick up from Dark Crisis. But yeah, it looks like the readers, they just hopped off. They weren't interested. And again, I can't blame them at all. I can't blame them. And I do the sales list all the time. I've been doing it for the past couple months, and consistently, this book has been selling pretty poorly, or at least post, you know, Shadow War. So it's a shame. Like, I'm not a big fan of how Slade has been portrayed as of late. Everything that's happening with Slade is I get it, he's controlled by the great darkness and all that, but still, it's very kind of out of character, out of left field. But they did the same to Lex Luthor. That was very odd. But it looks like it's Slade's turn. But still, this book started off pretty okay. But I don't know, I think that the later half is what really grabbed me. But I think overall you probably just sort of cut it off by 12 or however long Williamson's run was, and then we could have kept it going, man. We could have kept it going. I'm pretty sure Ed Brison's a good guy. Pretty sure he's a talented guy. I haven't read much of his other stuff, but he could have been spending his time doing something else. Dexter Soy is an amazing artist. Veronica Gandini is an amazing colorist. Could have been spending their time doing something else. But am I happy that I got to get a history lesson about Slade? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I could have got that history lesson from Christopher Priest's run or something else before that. So it's just very odd, very bizarre. And it's probably best that it's ending, versus it just keep going on and, just like wasting resources and not selling well. But yeah, I don't know, I had to talk about that, so it's a weird, very weird book, very weird progression for Slade. And I hope, just like Lex Luthor, DC decides to give Slade a break, because, it's crazy how you go from Christopher Priest's great run. He did amazing things with the character to what Williamson has done with him. So I think it's time for Slade to take a break. I don't mean like die, but give him a break. Because now Lex Luthor, after taking a little break, is finally coming back to prominence and whatever Williamson and Philip Kennedy Johnson is going to be doing with the character. So I'm interested to see where Slade ends up after this. Again, after a break. But I am curious to hear what you guys think. So have you guys enjoyed Deathstroke Inc? Did you enjoy Williamson's run more, or did you enjoy Ed Brison's run? Or what didn't you like about it? So I'm very curious because this is a very interesting book, very interesting way how everything played out. So let's chat, guys. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. But that's about it from me, y'all. If you guys enjoyed the content, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. Much love, much peace. It's your boy Roliver Queen, and I'm out.